Hello everyone, this is G-Shock High Fashion channel and welcome to another G-Shock watch unboxing or review video. Today I'm wearing GW1000 Marine Blue Golfmaster Master of G G-Shock watch, a Master of G that has tons of practical functions aside from the rangeman and talking about a lot of functions. This is the G7700-1JF, a basic watch G-Spike series that is also came equipped with tons of chronograph functions built in it at a retail price of only 12,500 Japanese yen. That is incredible. If you are always involved in time related activities, this is the type of G-Shock watch that I would recommend for you. Aside from this GBD-800, which also came equipped with a lot of chronograph features, but considering that this model was released in the year 2007, it is totally the best in my opinion amongst all of the G-Spike series. I already reviewed quite a few G-Spike series G-Shock watch on the channel. I believe this is the best one yet. And since this watch has a lot of functions, I have a feeling this video is gonna be pretty long, so timestamps will be available down in the description box if you want to skip to any part of the video, whichever concerning you most. I'm going to start by talking about the watch construction and then I'll run through the functions and then we'll have a look at the wrist check. Watch construction, material and design. It consists of two buttons on the side in plastic with round shaped indentation in the middle for a little bit of texture. The overall idea behind the design of this is Motorsports, so that's explain all this round shape. The watch bezel with slot with two silver stainless steel screw. Both sides goes with the same construction, except for this bottom right corner button. It has a red dot paint on it because you're going to be using that button a lot in the chronograph mode. The front metal button came in stainless steel, of course, with glossy finish, G stamp on there to operate the EL backlighting as well, with autolight functions built in it. And I just went into the functions. Let's get back out to the watch bezel. It consists of resin bezel on top, layered with metal frame to support the bezel to make it tougher. Of course, that metal part is really solid actually. And the side button is also being protected with the resin bezel. Even though the button looks pretty small and buried deep in there, keep in mind it is much more easier to operate this button compared to most G-Shock watch at this price range. I use a lot of G-Shock watch and the button on this model is really soft. It almost have the same comfort or ease of usability like the Golfmaster G-Shock watch I'm wearing right now. So that's as far as the watch body, the bezel, the buttons and all. Moving down to the watch band, here consists of a non-tapered resin watch band or polyurethane material with around the end of the tape and tire traction texture in the middle here for the buckle holes groove section, and the texture goes all the way in between the indentation between each of this band. Common G-Shock watch, for example, this watch will have an indentation like this for shock absorptions, but most of them will just came flat like this. This watch, however, has texture, so that makes this model special. Same thing applies to the other side of the watch band as well. Look at that. The watch band keeper is pretty basic. The watch buckle is also pretty basic with Casio China sign below it, and thus explain how Casio are able to create this watch at a low cost, so I won't complain about that. Moving to the bottom layer of the watch band, now you can see that there aren't anything special going on down here except for the backplate that also looks pretty common. There is Casio 3095 module number, G-7700 reference number, stainless steel back made in Thailand, so the engine is made in Thailand, the assembly was made in China, water resistant 20 bar, and of course shock absorbing structure. This is I believe the toughest chronograph watch that you could get out there. Aside from, I mean, every G-Shock has a chronograph function, but this guy has the best one yet. Before I start, let's have a look at the watch display panel. In the green window, there's day display and week counter display. Next to it will be year, months, and time, and down at the most bottom part will be indicator for the snooze alarm signal, mute, and auto light on or off, which in my case is currently missing because I bought the watch in the used condition. Somehow it is not there, but it's all fine. That part didn't really useful as much to me. At home timekeeping, you could press this lower right button, which is with the red dot, to swap the display panel to different display options or informations. For example, lapse day and day counter over there. In my case, 8 days already passed and 357 days until the year end. Next will be dual time display. In this case, New York time will be displayed on top, local time will be displayed down there. So this is all that you could have in this home timekeeping mode. Pressing mode button once will brings you into the stopwatch mode, which consists of 3 different segments as well. The one at the most bottom will be total time, the one in the middle will be lap time, the one on top will be split time, as being indicated in this green display in there. You could swap this to lap time display instead of total time by pressing the upper right button. And one more thing that you could do is add in a count-in feature as well, where they have the 5 seconds countdown timer with a very brilliant animation similar to the Motorsports tournament, and also an LED light as well. Let me demonstrate how it works by pressing the start button down here. Let's use total time instead. This 3, 2, 1. There you have it, a red LED and green LED as well. Exactly similar lighting as you're seeing on a racing tournament. And also, as you guys can see, the chronograph consists of 1/1000 precision. Every G-Shock have a chronograph, but most of them, if not all of them, only have a precision to only 1/100 seconds, which in this case 1/1000. So it is much more precise. So if you need this precision, this type of watch. And of course, you could split time as well as always, while keeping the total time running. The range of this chronograph will be max to 10 hours, and it has a lap memory to 100 units. Stop and reset to 0. Pressing mode button again will brings you to recall mode, where you could recall back all this recorded time just now, and it will also shows you the best time as well for the final lap, and that is pretty impressive as well. Pressing mode button again will brings you the countdown timer mode. This watch have dual countdown timer running at the same time. You could use this as the usual countdown timer, which will range to 100 hours, or you could use both of them and play it like a interval timer as well. So the first will be your usual timer, the one in the middle will be for your interval. If you set that to 0, it will only become a usual countdown timer. You could set this all the way to vary seconds, so that's really precise. Pressing mode button again will brings you into the alarm mode. This watch has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alarm, including snooze and also signal. And all of this alarm cannot be set to any specific date, but you do have the options to set the alarm for it to become a daily alarm, a one-time alarm, a weekend only alarm, or a weekday only alarm. Since this watch have the week counter in the home timekeeping, Casio utilized that feature to improve the alarm function in this G-Shock watch as well. The sound of the alarm also will be very different compared to most G-Shock watch, and to demonstrate that, press this button with the red dot and hold it, and you will hear that sounding, which is very different. And you will see that there's LED light will be played at the same time as well, because I turn on the sync function in this watch as well, green and red. Pressing mode button again will brings you to world time. Since the watch could already display dual time at home timekeeping, the one at the bottom will be local time, the one on top will be New York time, which need to be set at home time. In this mode, you could set the one in the middle to other city time, in this case Sydney. So you have all the way to 48 cities and 29 time zones registered in the watch. Use it wisely. And this is the triple world time display. I believe this is one of the few G-Shock watch that has these features in them in full digital. Pressing mode button again will bring you back to home time, and that's not all. You could swap all this time display to a 12-hour or 24-hour time format. You could also set the week counter to either start your week on Monday or on Sunday. You could also sync the light that I just demonstrated in the alarm mode to the beeping zone, or you could change the contrast of the display panel. If you want a better contrast display, you could use this feature and adjust it to make sure it is brighter or it is dimmer as well. In my case, I'm just gonna set it up to number 1. To me, it looks better and very clear. So that's it for all these basic features. And of course, you could turn on the EL backlighting by pressing the metal button at the front, press it once and it will glow in green colorway for about 2 seconds. Press and hold it to turn on the auto light functions, which will be indicated with this triangular shape down at 6 o'clock position. Tilt the watch and it will turn the EL right away, which is really bright as well. So the overall usability of this watch is really impressive in my opinion. And talking about using the watch, let me show you guys how it looks like on my skin wrist as well. The watch have a really thin and really, should I say, cheap watch band feels on it. It is not a huge surprise since the watch band and bezel was made by Casio China, and also explain why the cost is really low, but it is really comfortable. The downside is that the watch band is pretty long. You will end up with extended tongue on the side, but at this price range you can't really complain much, and I believe Casio made the tongue or the watch band to be longer because they want you to wear this over your motorcycle glove, so you can use that however you like. But this is how the watch looks like. Not as bad, but not as good either. But since the watch is small, it won't be getting in your way, and since the watch is also lightweight to only 58 grams, it is really comfortable. Then again, the display is really great. Overall, it is a really nice piece. Purchase link will be available down below. And also, if you want to win this GBD800, purchase any of my merchandise and you'll enter right away. For now, that's all, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel, and